Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. Welcome to the Grow Tent, everybody. You have found the best growing channel on YouTube, man. The place where we simplify the approach for you so everyone can learn how to grow. We make it so simple, even I can understand. So I'm going to listen and learn right now.
Woo! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Grow Tent. We got a fantastic episode for you today. Episode for you today. Today we're going to be talking about when to top the second time on your plants. So I get a lot of questions. We always have when should we top? When can we top the very first time? Well, another question I get is, okay, well, now that I top the first time, what am I looking for in the second time whenever I'm going to top? So today, that's what we're going to talk about. But first, guys, if you haven't joined our Patreon, we got one of the best Patreons around. Get on there and answer questions every single day. So any question you got, I get on there and answer. And if depending on the tier you join, some of them we do conversations just like we're having right now, only I'm sitting here looking at your garden and we do it in real time. Also, guys, if you haven't checked out my Instagram, check it out. It's right there. What else we got? Oh, guys, if you're looking for any kind of light tint, anything like that, remember to check out Mars Hydro and use code WTTGT at checkout. Give yourself an extra bonus discount off your checkout. Everybody likes that. You can find the link to it in the video description below, just like for the Patreon. Also, if you can remember to like, comment, subscribe, watch the full video, all that kind of stuff helps out the channel a ton. I very much appreciate it. All right, let's get today's episode started. Let's go. Woo! All right, guys, the dry erase board has been repurposed to be downstairs. So today we're doing some computer paper. So basically, sorry if the sound is messed up. We're using the old equipment today. The new equipment is still down at the office, and I just wanted to make this video for you guys because I got it in a question, and I thought it was be a pretty good topic to make a video on. So basically, whenever our seedling stage is ending, this is kind of what the plants look like. You've got all your main growth happens right up top here. You've got a couple little fan leaves going down here. And this is basically what our seedward plant will look like at the end of our seedling stage. So whenever we're getting ready to top for the first time, as we know, we've got the top growth up here. And then as soon as we see this stuff, like these are fan leaves coming off here, but as soon as we see this stuff activating right here on the main stalk, you'll see this stuff right here growing. As soon as we see that, we know we're going to chop off the top of the plant like that. And when we chop off the top of the plant right like that, it's going to redirect the growth hormone from the top growing up naturally, and it's going to redirect it to these lower new branches that are going to be coming out here, and then they're going to start growing up. Okay, that's all great, but how do we know when to top for the second time and what are we going to be looking for? So after we top the first time, the plant will no longer just grow straight up like a stick like this, where it just wants to keep going in the straight up direction. Now it's going to have its growth hormone redirected, and the plant is going to start growing out to the sides so we can get it as wide as the pot, because we don't want just a stick, we want a bush. So that's what we're going to start to do whenever we do this, is no more of this. We want it to grow out, then up. And we want to go out, then we want to go up on the edges instead of just straight up, because the wider the plant we got, the more tops we got. So we're done with that page. So after we do that the first time, this is kind of a basic structure of what the plant will look like. Before, we just had the stick with the two little tiny activated branches coming down here. And just, guys, the scale, the pictures isn't perfect, I know, but it gets the point across. So about a week after that we've topped for the first time, this is basically what our plant looked like. We can see our original topping used to be right here, and now the plant is shaped like a V there instead of, just an I going up and down. And the plant has started to grow the branches out. What were those just little nubs right here and right here? And this one right here and this one right here have now become their own branches, and they each have their own top. And you would think, well, I've topped once, now I can top again. You don't want to top again yet because you have no undergrowth in this area. This is just a stick at the moment, so we're going to have to wait. And it's not a timely thing that we are waiting for. It's not an X amount of days that we are waiting for. We are waiting for this area right here to get some growth in it. Because if we tapped it right now, now we've just got a freaking stick as a branch and there's nothing there. So that's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is if we give it a little bit more time, what we'll see is this will happen. See all the prep work I did for you guys? What you'll notice is just like, and what makes this easier is if you just pretend like each one of these branches is its own individual plant. So if we went back to what we were looking at like on the first one, it's really easy to be like, oh, look at this. Now instead of thinking of, oh man, what do I do with this whole thing? Now look at it. See how much simpler it gets to see if you need the top? Now we just go back to what we were doing on our first drawing, or on our when we were first looking at the plant. Has this lower stuff activated and started to come out yet? And we can treat each one of these plants on an individual basis, whether we can top it or not. And when we look at it like this, it becomes a lot less confusing. Like on this branch, yep, look, we've got bud site here, we got bud site here, we got bud site here, we got new branch here. Top it. And when we top it, the growth hormone will redirect, and these, instead of just being these little nubs that are inside here, will redirect and start growing their own branches. And we do that individually each time. Like, yep, it's growing here, it's growing here. Top it. Nope, new branch, new branch, new branch, new branch. Now, this will get slightly off subject, but what we don't want to do, see, we've got this level of the canopy right here. This is the top of the plant. We are constantly going to slow this plant down and widen it out at the top because we want these lower branches in this level of the plant to catch up to the top. So whenever we top the top of the plant, we only top things in this section right here. We do not top things in down here because we want this to speed up and catch up. So by not topping this and topping this section will continue to grow. And then when it's time to top next time, what you notice is this branch has now entered the topping zone. Topping / training. That's not spelled right, but I was running out of space. Training zone. So whenever it enters this zone, then it's okay. Now we can start topping it. But when it's down here, we don't, because then we're slowing everything down, and our plant, we never catch these branches up into this zone, which, as you can see, as this goes up and we let it catch up, now we have a plant that is this wide instead of having a plant that is this wide. And remember, we're getting this nice and wide, lots of tops, single plant. We don't have to run as many plants, less work. So then after we've done that, now our plant looks like this. And you just repeat the process over and over and over again until your plant is the correct shape and size that you were looking for the number of plants you are running versus the size of and type of tent you are in. So once that has all happened, veg is over and it's time to flip the flower. All right, guys, I hope you all enjoyed my explanation of topping and when and how to apply it to your plant to get the results that you want. And before you know it, you'll have a plant that is wider than your bucket, and you'll be getting through your veg in no time to get to flower. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. GT. We'll see you later.